In the North Atlantic, just off the coast of Nova Scotia, there's a small, tree-covered island that's barely a blip on most maps. But beneath its soil may rest one of the greatest hidden treasures in human history. For over 200 years, explorers, engineers, millionaires, and dreamers have poured fortunes into this island. Chasing a secret buried so deep, many believe it was never meant to be found. The story begins way back in 1795. A teenage boy named Daniel McGinnis was exploring Oak Island when he noticed something strange. A circular depression in the ground, right underneath an old oak tree. Intrigued, he returned with two friends, John Smith and Anthony Vaughan. They started to dig. Just a few feet down, they hit a layer of flat stones, clearly placed there by human hands. 10 feet deeper, they found a platform of oak logs. Then another and another, every 10 feet. Someone had engineered this shaft on purpose. But why? And what could they possibly be hiding? As the boys dug deeper, they reportedly found more strange clues, layers of charcoal, putty, and even coconut fiber, which is definitely not native to Canada. Then, at around 90 feet, legend says they uncovered a stone slab carved with mysterious symbols. One popular translation claimed it read, 40 feet below, 2 million pounds are buried. Well, as you can imagine, news spread like wildfire. Treasure hunters arrived in droves, each hoping to be the one to strike it rich. But what they found next would turn this exciting dig into a terrifying nightmare. When excavation teams dug past that 90-foot mark, the pit suddenly and completely flooded. Every single time workers tried to pump it out, water rushed right back in, filling it to the brim. Later investigations revealed why. Hidden beneath the island was an elaborate man-made system of flood tunnels. These tunnels were brilliantly engineered to stretch all the way to the shoreline, feeding seawater directly into the main shaft if anyone tampered with it. Whoever built the money pit hadn't just buried a treasure, they had designed an ingenious trap. It was a treasure vault that defended itself. Over the next 2 centuries, dozens of expeditions tried to claim the prize. Each one failed, often disastrously. Companies spent millions. Advanced drilling rigs were brought in. Entire sections of the island were excavated, but still no confirmed treasure. And worse, tragedy followed the hunt. An old legend says that 7 people must die before the treasure can be found. So far, 6 deaths have been officially linked to the Oak Island excavations. Workers have died from flood tunnel collapses, toxic gas exposure, machinery accidents, and shaft cavings. One by one, rescuers went down to help, and they never came back up. The island's curse was starting to feel terrifyingly real. So, what could possibly be buried down there that's worth all this risk? Even though no treasure has been conclusively recovered, the discoveries suggest something incredibly significant is hidden there. Let's look at the most compelling theories. First, pirate treasure. Many believe the infamous pirate captain William Kidd buried his plunder on Oak Island. The clues fit. There was a lot of pirate activity in the North Atlantic. And man-made shafts are consistent with how pirates would hide treasure. That coconut fiber could have been used to pack and protect their loot. But what if it's something even more valuable? One of the most popular theories claims the island hides priceless relics from the Knights Templar. We could be talking about the Holy Grail, the Ark of the Covenant, or ancient religious manuscripts that could rewrite history. Supporters of this theory point to medieval symbols found on the island, the sophisticated flood tunnels, and alleged links between the Templars and early explorers who might have visited the area. Then there's a really wild theory. What if the pit contains the lost original works of William Shakespeare? Some researchers believe the philosopher Francis Bacon, who some think was the real Shakespeare, hid secret documents there to protect them from being destroyed. This theory is fueled by complex ciphers and encoded messages found in Bacon's other works. And finally, what about Marie Antoinette's crown jewels? Just before the French Revolution, it's rumored that royal treasures were secretly shipped overseas for safekeeping. Some believe loyalists hid the jewels on Oak Island, hoping to one day retrieve them. If they did, those priceless gems remain buried to this day. In recent decades, modern technology has allowed explorers to probe deeper than ever before. Teams have uncovered ancient coins, small human bone fragments, pieces of old parchment, and even fragments of a gold chain. They've also found wooden structures buried deep underground. Carbon dating suggests some of these materials are centuries old, predating the island's recorded settlement. Ground-penetrating radar has also detected large empty voids in chambers far below the money pit, but the flooding still blocks any direct access. The treasure, if it exists, remains tantalizingly just out of reach. In our time, two brothers, Rick and Marty Lagina, have reignited global interest in Oak Island. Their relentless efforts, documented for the world to see, have uncovered a wave of new clues, including strange metallic anomalies and what might be treasure vaults. Using heavy machinery, seismic scanning, and underwater exploration, they continue to push deeper than any team before them. And yet, even with all of our modern technology, the island refuses to give up its secrets easily. Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't even the treasure itself, but the sheer engineering behind it all. Who, in the 1700s, or possibly even earlier, could build a shaft over 100 feet deep, complete with wooden platforms, putty seals, charcoal layers, and a complex system of flood tunnels stretching to the ocean? That kind of project would have required immense manpower, incredible planning, and vast resources. Why go to all that trouble? And why hide it so thoroughly? Of course, there are skeptics. Some argue that there might be no treasure at all. They claim the early stories were exaggerated, that the artifacts found are just contamination from later digs, and that the pit itself might just be a natural sinkhole. But the believers always come back with one undeniable fact. There are too many engineered features to simply dismiss it as a natural formation. Something was built there, and something was meant to stay hidden. Today, Oak Island remains one of the longest-running, most expensive, and most dangerous treasure hunts in history. Well over $100 million has been spent in the search. Still, no definitive treasure has been found. Yet the clues keep surfacing. The shafts grow deeper, the technology gets stronger, and the legend grows darker. Because if the curse is real, one more life must be lost before the island finally reveals what it has guarded so fiercely for centuries. So, is Oak Island hiding pirate gold, sacred relics, royal jewels? Or is it protecting secrets powerful enough to reshape our understanding of history, until the treasure is finally found? The money pit will remain sealed, flooded, and waiting for the next explorer brave enough to dig. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by mysteries like this one, make sure to follow for more.